Good afternoon, my impatients. It is I, Andrew the Android Koloski here. I am live and I'm ready to perform for all of you. How art thou? How art thou? So, I hope my impatients will come filing in momentarily. So they say, think about the event, but leave out the intent. So I was just in my mother's part of the house, and she still very much treats me like a child. She's, ranting and raving at me, and I'm like, treat me like an adult. I'm a grown man. And she also treats me like I'm a simpleton, which peeves me too. I'm like, treat me like an adult. Treat me with respect. And you stop treating me like I'm a simpleton. Um, it's ridiculous. At 37 years old, she's treating me like I'm a fucking 5-year-old. But what are you gonna do? Don't think she's doing it for nefarious reasons. Just realize that's how she views me. She views me like I'm a 5-year-old. There's no nefarious intention behind it. She just views me like a child. And I'm like, I'm not a child. But, I don't know why she can't comprehend that I'm an adult, but she can. All right, we got one inpatient in the house. I hope you will join and spark some dialogue here. So I texted to my mother and father in the middle of the night. Oh, one sec here. I said, can someone tell me the truth? My parents are lying and gaslighting. They refuse to take accountability or communicate. They just attempt to rewrite history. So I sent that to my father and mother, too, in the middle of the night. And my father called me like a million times, and he's threatened me with the psychiatric hospital. And I'm like, why? You're fucking lying. But eventually. All right, let's change the topic. Rusty said, who is the hip hop brother? Who is the ID friend? Or no, I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Rusty? I have no idea. I'm not really familiar with hip hop or music. It seems like they're talking about Kanye West in some capacity. Oh, I'm looking at my microphone. There's an ant curling on it. Oh, no. Who is more of an ant to me? My Aunt Kathy or the ant curling on my microphone? I guess the ant curling on my microphone, right? Rusty says, the album by Kanye. Should I set up my DSLR and do some videos? Anybody have any special requests? All right. So if I were to meet a lady, if I were to meet a woman, where could I go? What website could I go on to meet a woman? I'm on Bumble. I'm on Facebook dating. Anybody have any suggestions? Millionaire Match didn't really work for me. That didn't work out. Unfortunately, no millionaire lady wants to be your mother. So that didn't work out for me. Do people still use Match.com? Somebody says, somebody wants me to do a cover of Gold Digger by Kanye West. I mean, I could. She'd take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a trifling Friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger. Way over time. That digs on me. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke boo. I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke boo. Get down, girl, go, get down. Get down, girl, go, get down. Go. Yeah, I'm not really a good rapper, believe it or not. I don't think I could do Kanye's rapping parts. I would have to practice and rehearse it like a million times in order to do it, and I don't think it's worth it. Rusty says, I think you could be a good rapper with some effort, Andrew, but you got to put the effort in. Thank you, Rusty. Anybody want me to set up my DSLR and do some videos with my DSLR, or do you want me to stay with this live stream? Somebody says, didn't you refer to some of your old songs as a cappella nerd rap? I don't know if that's officially the genre, but yeah, I did refer to them at one time as a cappella nerd rap. Actually, I did not come up with that term. Somebody came up with it on a forum many years ago. I don't know what you would classify my genre. I mean, performance art, performative, poetry. I don't know what you'd classify it as, but somebody once referred to it as a cappella nerd rap. Somebody asks, "Did you meet iBoss on a forum?" I don't know where the nefarious iBoss met me from. Maybe they discovered me through Reddit. I don't know where the nefarious iBoss discovered me. Other people also suspect, Mama from OnlyFans could possibly be the nefarious iBoss. It's a theory. So keep Mama blocked, and Giant Bicklighter says he found me through the Opie and Anthony subreddit. Well, I don't know if how active that subreddit is, considering the show hasn't been active in years. But I could post there. O&A. Somebody says the Opie and Anthony subreddit got banned. Oh, that's too bad. Well, the show doesn't even exist anymore. Somebody says, you don't want to post there. The Opie and Anthony subreddit were vicious to me. They were vicious. Can you have alternate accounts on... Yeah, I should post it. What are some good subreddits to post on? What are some good subreddits to post on? Let's see if you can create some alternate. I want to create an alternate Reddit account. Let's see if I can. I don't know. Rusty says Reddit sucks. There are no good subreddits. Get off Reddit. All right. Rusty, I remember many months ago, or maybe weeks ago now, you said you were going to start the archive page. Are you still a moderator, and did you give up on that, or what is the deal with that? Because You know, I got a lot of videos, and hopefully we can archive them at some point. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, if you never do, that's fine. Rusty says I kind of forgot to do it, but I'll do it. All right. Yeah. I mean, I understand life is busy. You got a family and such. But it'd be cool to get some of my classic videos back public, and I'm too lazy to do it myself. And I trust Rusty with my archive account, so especially the Mama and the Wildmans and Poppy and the Wildmans. Those are kind of the videos I want really to reappear, mostly. Um, but if you were to put everything back up, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I mean, within reason. I mean, some of the videos where I accuse, people of, scaring me about HIV, maybe ixnay on those videos. But I think for the most part, the videos from 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, I think they're all good to upload, Rusty, I mean, don't call me a doubter. Don't say I don't have faith in you. I kind of doubt you're capable of uploading everything. Prove me wrong, but I don't think you are. Yeah, the videos that got me in trouble with certain people, yeah, obviously maybe don't upload them. So obviously the videos from like 2024 and 2023, really the content from 2024 and 2023 was pretty horrible anyway. People who reminisce with rose tinted glasses about my content, like the 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 years the best anyway. So somebody says, I'm kind of like, if you don't know who Spoonie is, he's this guy. People liked his classic content when he was young, vibrant, and full of life. Now he's kind of a shell of his former self and a vegetable mind. Somebody says, I'm like Spoonie. Somebody says, poor Spoonie. Yeah, well, poor Andrew, too. I remember my brother was a big fan of Spoonie. He said, "Oh, I mean, there was a video where he was like flipping out about ninjas, ninjas. Samoa Joe was kidnapped by ninjas." And my brother was like, "Isn't this funny? He's funnier than you, Andrew." I'm like, "No, I'm funnier than Spoonie. I should be a superstar." So somebody says Spoonie's early stuff was so good. Yeah, somebody says he kind of gave up on his YouTube dreams and aspirations. He was flipping out about ninjas. Could somebody call the cops? That would be pretty frightening to get kidnapped by ninjas. I'm not going to lie. All right. So we got eight inpatients in the house. Should I go back on FetLife? I could go back on FetLife. Sure, why not? Let's talk to dominatrixes for a few days before you get bored with it and delete your account again. Giant Big Letter says, don't go on FetLife. Everyone on FetLife is fake. Yeah, it really seems like that might be true. Somebody says, how do you not understand this? No, all kidding aside, it really seems like everybody on FetLife is fake. I don't know why, but it all seems like they're scammers in some capacity. The same goes for websites like Millionaire Match and, you know, all these websites. It seems like they're all fucking fake. None of them are millionaires. None of them are dominatrixes. You know, they're all fakes. Kyle says, get some groceries and cook a big dinner. Giant Pick Letter says, only the mentally ill don't understand that, you know, it's only scam artists on these websites. And I'm the mentally ill type who doesn't understand. I just don't get it. Giant Big Letter says, literally, these websites are just people like me. Erie says, they target people who are intellectually disabled since they tend to be more gullible. I'm intellectually disabled. I'm a vegetable mind. My executive functioning is low. And I'm easy for the cyberbully. You know, somebody says there are probably people in India or some third world country. They're like, here we go. Here's somebody to catfish. Here's somebody to dupe out of money. Giant Big Letter says, you are extremely gullible. You are extremely gullible. Giant Big Letter says, I could create a fake account on FetLife, assuming you rejoin, and I could dupe you right now and catfish you by tonight if I wanted to. Don't be so gullible. Get smarter and harder, because there are nefarious people in the world who have nefarious and malevolent intentions, and they intend on doing you harm. Erie says, being intellectually disabled is nothing to be ashamed of. It's no different than having brown eyes or brown hair. You're born with it. Giant Big Letter says, it's not just on FetLife. I could scam you face to face. Yeah, I'm pretty naive and gullible in the real world, too. Not just on social media. He says, I could scam you in the real world in person, too. That's kind of why I'm afraid, you know, friends that I met, you know, intended on doing me harm. But apparently that's not so. Apparently nobody had malevolent intentions. Hey, Victoria. Victoria says, I'm cute. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you very much. Let's go to Victoria's channel. Victoria looks like she's a lady. Victoria, what is your age, gender, location, and name? Are you into disabled adult children with less than $1,000 to their name at 37 years old? Giant Big Letter says, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This Victoria isn't real. This Victoria is just a catfisher and a scam artist. There's no lady who's really interested in you, Andrew. This Victoria is nefarious. Victoria says she's 28, female, California, but she likes streamers. Do you ever get to New York? Somebody says, proceed with caution. Don't get duped by Victoria. Yeah, reach out to me on social media platforms. Maybe we could form a chatting relationship. Erie says, I don't think Andrew cares about getting scammed. He just wants the attention. He's lonely, and as long as somebody talks to him, somebody says it's kind of like an elderly person, somebody that's really lonely, and somebody talks to them. So they sign away their life savings to just some scam artist who shows them some attention. You know, somebody says that's kind of what you're like. You know, as long as somebody pretends to be a woman, You're just willing to, you know, talk to them basically. Somebody says, I'd be willing to bet Victoria has genitals, male genitals. Giant Big Letter says, you don't think it's weird that a girl just randomly says hi to you in the live stream and you immediately try to start a relationship with them? I guess don't be so desperate. Try to take it slowly. On that note, anybody want me to set up the DSLR and do some performances? Erie says, you don't talk about your art class buddy Mark anymore. How are things with Mark? I don't want to share about Mark's personal life, but I'm still friends with Mark. Mark is still my friend. I'm not going to tell you what's going on, but yeah, me and Mark are still buddies, so. Mark's a good dude. I'm not going to share about Mark's personal life, but Mark's cool. Mark and I are still cool with one another. La 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 la. Okay, the sauce said, I have my mom here with me so she could see and tell you you're a good boy. Be nice to your mother, Andrew. All right, I'll be nicer to my mother. I'll stop, protesting that she tells me the truth. I'll trust my mother and father too, for that matter. I realize that, I'll be nicer to my parents. Anybody want me to set up the DSLR and do some little songs and dances for you, or do you want me to continue chatting with you on the live stream? Giant Big Letter says, no, keep chatting on the live stream. All right. Victoria asks me, what do I do for a living? I'm currently a 37-year-old disabled adult child. I'm not working and I'm getting taken care of by my parents. What do you do, Victoria? Somebody says, is that a gray hair in the front or is it the glare from the monitor? I might have some gray hairs. I got the salt and pepper kind of look. Giant Big Letter says, why do you answer that so pathetically? Say, you know what? I'm in between jobs at the moment. I'm looking for work. Speak with confidence. Say, speak with confidence. Speak with pride. Have some dignity. Have some self-respect. Victoria says she's a streamer. She likes to visit homeless people in RVs and monetize it. All right, fair enough, Victoria. Fair enough. I'm not homeless, so. La 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 la. Erie says, Andrew is the only person I know who literally does nothing all day. Victoria says, I'm funny. I don't have to be homeless. Yeah, hopefully I'm never homeless, because I don't think that's good. I think that's pretty bad. I think homelessness is pretty traumatizing. Giant Big Letter says, Andrew doesn't do games. Andrew doesn't read books. He doesn't watch television. Erie says, I would be so bored. It's just him talking to himself all day long. All right, so if you, yeah, I guess you're right. Giant Big Letter says Andrew's literally living in hell on earth. It's literally hell on earth. This is right. At least read a book. At least read a book. All right. So, the weather dropped today. It was 100 degrees the past few days. Today we're down to like 70. It dropped over 20 degrees. Which is quite interesting, quite interesting. So maybe I'll reach out to some friends. I don't think I'm going to be seeing. Oh. All right. I got. Yeah, I got a message. I just realized I got a message, Mark. But I mean, I'm not going to be hanging out with Mark, but I gotta check up. And yeah, I'll meet some friends and yeah, reach out to people, start messaging people, and make sure they're okay, and try to make plans with some people. Try to make plans with some people to hang out this weekend, because don't just sit in solitude. Oh, speaking of which, speaking of that pros program or that recovery group I was telling you about, I'm assigned a social worker, or I'm assigned a therapist who I'm going to be seeing next week. And I'm going to be getting a psychiatrist. I'm going to be getting a psychiatric evaluation, and I might start the pros program too. So that's a really good thing. That should be applauded. That's a step in the right direction. They say they can help with career placement too. Erie says, you're like an old person. All you talk about is appointments. Major of India says, stick with the program, Andrew. I will. I'll stick with the program. All right. All right, I guess I'm going to peace out here. There's really not a lot much more to talk about. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye for now.